Hi guys, Darren here and welcome back to Darren's Travelling Corner. Now you've just joined me in Commercial Road where we're going to go on some different buses and see what other routes Portsmouth has to offer. Now I'm just going to go down to the bus stop where you would usually get the 21 because not only does the 21 go there, but you also get to see the 13s and the 14s as well. So I just wanted to quickly see what the bus timetables are like for the 13s and the 14s. I noticed now that the bus shelter has been removed. I wonder actually, they're all ones and twos. I wonder if that bus stop is still there, because I think they might have swapped it round, but we'll soon find out. So I'm just going to cross over. I don't see any bus timetables either, obviously not, because that was on the bus shelter. So now I can't determine what buses are coming. I know what buses are coming, but I don't know what times. Well, in that case, join me back in a bit and I will look for that. And I'll see you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just now joined me at the back of a 21. We're just going to make our way just outside of what was the prison. We used to have a big prison in Copner, but that has since then been taken out of commission and has been converted into a residential lot. I often find myself wondering, I mean, yeah, we'd like to preserve a bit of history, but I do often find myself asking who would want to live in something that was once a prison. I mean, there's something else that's going on in Milton as well. As you get to, you get to see something else that was once, I think that was once a prison as well, and that is set to get converted into a residential building as well. But the thing with that is, while it's a good idea to preserve history, I personally wouldn't want to live there. I also, another thought's just come to my mind as well, and that is, I think that's a listed building, so you can't actually knock it down. Sorry. But then the same that I think happened with the other one in Milton where you get two. But anyway, join me back in a bit because we're not too far away from the next bus stop, which I need, so I'm going to get a 12, and then I'm going to go off the Tipner, get another 12, and then make my way from end to end. I do particularly like the idea of doing that route because I've not been on that route before, and I am excited just to try it out. Drop me back in a bit and I will see you at the next bus stop. We're back, guys. What an interesting journey that was. I mean, I don't think I'd have ever thought of it, but yeah, the 21s are on diversion at the moment because one of the roads that bus serves has been closed off, so we went all around the houses, literally all around the houses. So we went down the route that's normally taken by the 14 and the 19, so you'll end up seeing me going down that road again when I get the 14. But what I'm going to do now at this point is I'm going to make my way, I was going to make my way across and get the 12 that way, but I think actually I'm going to have a look back at that bus stop and see if the 12s stop here. If the 12s do stop at this side of the road, brilliant, I'll stay here. If they don't, I'll quickly nip back over to that bus stop over there. I think they will do, because this part of Portsmouth, this road and that road over there, they're on a one-way system. I've got to look at the old Portsmouth Gal. It's the only time I ever see jail written like that, Gal. An anagram goal. Anyway, before I digress, let's have a quick look at what the 12s are doing. Won't see it there, but that's not good. Okay, talk about this for another interesting turn of events. It's currently 12:17. The next 12 isn't until 1 o'clock. Good job this isn't a Saturday, because I would have missed the last one. But we've got 3 more after this one: 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So what I'm going to have to do in that case is, I didn't even say my watch could talk. Bear me one moment. Cancel my 1 o'clock alarm.
I've turned off your 1300 hours alarm.
As I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, we've got 3 more buses today, because since today's only Tuesday, we've got 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. If it was a Saturday, I would have been stuffed, because that's the last. That would have been the last bus. But I'm in a bit of a dilemma, because I've still got 42 minutes to wait if I want to go up to Tipner. I don't really want to wait 42 minutes just to go to Tipner and back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go across the other side of the bus, go to the other bus stop and see what that does. Oh, I've picked quite a peculiar time to do this video. And I think I should have left a bit earlier, but never mind. I just didn't think to research into this prior, which is something I usually would do. I'm just doing this as sporadic as I often do my travelling videos, although I do have to research into some of this stuff. So anyway, join me back in a bit and I will be on the back of a 12 either way. Welcome back, guys. Well, I just went on the 12, and they said I had to get off and just come over this side of the road to get the 12, because it'll come back round and it'll pick me up. It's due in a couple of minutes. But we're outside St Mary's Hospital, which speaks true volumes in my part. I mean, I was born in this very hospital on the 27th of April 1989. It's amazing how things have changed since 1989. I just still can't believe I'm actually stood outside the very hospital I was born in. It's a really rather touching moment for me at this point, and I just thought, well, let's try and savour it as much as I can, just while I wait for the next 12, right, the same 12 that's coming round, because I'm going to hop back on that same 12 when it comes back round. It's due in 1 minute, because then it'll just go round, come back on itself, and then do that. join me back in a bit, guys, because my bus is due any moment now. I'll see you there, guys, on the back of a 12, the same one. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me now at the front of a 12. Wow, we are about 5 minutes behind schedule. About 5, but we're stuck at some traffic lights straight away. I mean, this bus was stuck at the other set of traffic lights just as I got off. It just comes to show how busy this part of Portsmouth can get. I just can't believe that I was just stood outside the very hospital that I was born in. It was a very special moment, I have to say. Hopefully I will, on one of my future birthdays, I might just think what I might do on one of my future birthdays is I might pop into the hospital and just say that I was born in this hospital. But my mind's thinking of other ideas. But it was just something else to be sentimental about. I'm pretty sure that I'll be passing this hospital more often than I would do when I'm on the 2 as well. I love it. So this is the new bus for this channel that you've just joined me on. So we're gonna this is the same route the 21 goes down. So you then get to see where we go from there. And Rick Jackson is one of our well-known radio presenters in this part of England. He's given the next stop announcement, so we'll see what happens after this bus stop. Because I think there's one bus that goes one bus that branches off at Baffins.
Copner Bridge.
No, it's going to go the same route. Yeah, it's going to go in the same route to 21. So yeah, it's practically the same route, but it'll be something that branches off after a certain place. But join me back in a bit as I take you around some of the areas of Tipner. Although I probably won't be staying for too long because of I'm going to try and get some other buses in as well. But I'll see you soon, guys, either which way. It's going to be a fun and exciting journey, and I'm thrilled to take you on it with me. We're back, guys, and we've just stood outside the bus stop of Range Green where this bus terminates, and I just thought I'd quickly take you around a bit of the area of Tipner. This is definitely a new area for me. I've never been to this part of Portsmouth before, and I've got to say that while there's not much to do apart from just have a look at some houses, we can just have a look around just to see where we to establish our footing. But what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to get back on the 12 and go to North End Junction, get a bus, get a 23 into South Commercial Road, and then we'll just have a look at what the 13s and the 14s are doing. It just might come to show that if it's an unfortunate event, that I'd only get to show you one of these new bus routes instead of the 3 that I had initially planned. But I'll keep you updated on that, and we can only hope for the best. Join me back in a bit though, as I make my way back into North End. See you there, guys. I'm Welcome back, guys. Sorry I didn't get to take you around as much of North End as I wanted to. It was just as soon as I got off the 12, the 700 arrived, and I'm on the next part of my plan. So I'll get this one back to Commercial Road, and then I'll get to looking at what the 13s and the 14s are doing. I just think at this point I might be able to show you all the bus routes. Too bad that one of the drivers complained earlier because of what I do. I know the buses are there to go somewhere, and I used it to do a video, but then I did it so I could show you guys a new route. But I've done it now. I don't think I'll be getting that again anytime soon because it's such a short route, and there's not that many of them running. There's just 6 in a day, and of course if today was Saturday, which luckily it isn't, but yeah, as I say, if today was Saturday, I wouldn't have been able to do this video because I would have missed the last 12 a bit of a while ago. I don't think that the 21 being on diversion would have made any difference in that situation. But join me back in a bit as I make my way back to Commercial Road, and I will see you there very shortly, guys. Welcome back, guys. Slight change of plan. We're not going to be doing the 13 or the 14 because if you have a look, that bus shelter has been taken down. And that showed the bus routes that ran from this stop to either Anchorage Park for the 21 or for Portsmouth College for the 13 or the 14. Now, I did have a look on the app earlier to see what time the 13s are running. Thank you. And the 14s because they'll go in different directions, like the two routes to Hailing, the 30 and the 31, they do exactly the same thing. And I looked at that, and it turned out the bus routes were a lot shorter than I initially thought. And with that in tow, I then decided it probably wasn't a good idea to do either the 13 or the 14, which is a shame because I was looking forward to taking you along those routes. But since they only run to the Portsmouth College, I just thought, yeah, there's not really much point in doing that. So instead of that, I'm going to treat you guys to a walk along Victoria Park instead, because it's a glorious day out. It's a bit hot, mind you. I think we're looking at about 28, 29 degrees Celsius. So we are it's hot, but I still find it bearable, which is good news. I'm stood under the shade at the moment, which is something. But I used to come to university here, and my younger sister recently graduated. But what I do plan to do also is I'm going to take you through, so I plan to take you through some university buildings, but whether I can or not, well, that remains to be known. I probably shouldn't risk it, but never mind. But I can still take you around Victoria Park just while I wait for my next bus, because after I've done this, I think I'm just going to go home. But I will announce actually that in an earlier video where you saw that I looked at some of the routes that were getting improved, and I saw that the 19's getting extended past Park Parade. I am going to, once that's done, I do plan to that I do plan to take you along that route. I do plan to take you along that route again to show you where it gets extended. But join me back in a bit as I will take you around the outside of the university campus, but not go fully inside. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. And this is the point where I take you around the campus of the University of Portsmouth. Now, this is absolutely nostalgic because can this video get any more nostalgic than this? I mean, first off, you saw me standing outside of the very hospital I was born in, and now you've got me wandering around the campus of university, which is where I'd studied not once but twice, because I came back. I did my bachelor's here in 2010. I was only 21 at the time, and then I came back in 2014 to do my master's. Now, I graduated from my bachelor's with honours. I got 2-2, and now graduated with honours. Now, this is where the nostalgia really kicks in, because I used to go in this building. This is the Dennis Sharma building, which I'm standing outside of, and it was there that I would go in and have some lunch, but I also had some of my lectures in that building as well. It's really, I absolutely love it. And right standing opposite me is Richmond building. That's where I did Corgi in that lecture. I did Corgi in that building, and I've also done some other lectures in there as well. It was mainly Corgi that I did, but that big square sort of rectangular building that you see, that's the main lecture theatre, which I remember doing some of my lectures inside. It was my first year doing computer science. When I first joined the university, I signed up for computer science, and then I then switched halfway through and did computing for years 2 and 3. Now, Buckingham Building was where most of my lectures were held, and I'm now going to nip in just to see if any of my former lecturers are still there and are still teaching at this uni. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also very nervous. Join me back in a bit, guys, and I'll tell you how it all went. And welcome back. We're just taking you through the atrium of this is Portland building. And oh, look, I just noticed something here. Yeah, I might have to have a think about that. So I can learn a language for free. So this is Portland building, where we're in the Faculty of Technology. I tell you what, this is absolutely amazing what I've found so far, and it's just only getting better. I love it on being a part of the university. I mean, it just seems like only yesterday that I stepped through this building for the first time. And now here I am in 2025. Now, I won't be seeing any of my former lecturers because we're in the middle of the summer holidays and my main building is shut. But that's not a problem. But if I take you up here, we've got 2 entries to the building. We've got the stairs there. Sorry, I've got something on my thumb. And we've also got a lift there. I remember taking those stairs up somewhere because I had lectures in this, I had Dad over in this building. That's right, I had Dad over in this building. And we have another exit out there, but then that's where I had Dad Ev. I won't go into any lecture halls, but I do remember this is where I had this was there where I had Dad Ev. It's all coming back to me, guys. But I'll be back in a bit as I wrap this adventure up, because I'm now going to get the bus back home. See you on the back of 23. See you in a bit, guys. We're back, guys. Just joined me at the middle of a 23. I'm now just going to make my way back home after wrapping up what turned out to be a rather nostalgic trip around the area of Portsmouth. And it's just, I really enjoyed it today. And it's just been incredible how many memories can come flooding back to you in just the space of a couple of hours. If it's even, no, it's just a couple of hours. And I'm lost for words at this point. So with that being said, you can expect some more thrilling adventures as well as those that take you down memory lane. And we'll see. I'd be thrilled to take you along those journeys with me. Sorry about my getting tongue-tied. I've just literally lost for words. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.